Hello, Management 1010 Interdisciplinary Leadership students. How are you doing? We need to touch base on some very important things, especially because, we are in now the last full month of this semester. December is only a part of a month, and to tell you the truth, November goes by so quickly because of the Thanksgiving holidays. So very important that we touch base on a few items. I'll be looking at your assignments and grading your assignments soon, but I wanted to go ahead and get this video out to you because I realized I have a question for you. Okay, so let me start here. Actually, let me go back up. Look at all this work. This is the schedule that you have, that you've been following, and look at all that work back from August, to the very end of August, through the entire month of September. We just finished the month of October. Part of that month you had fall break, but more importantly, you had exam number 1. And now here we go at the end of October, if you can see this, into the month of November. So with November comes a couple things. One is the SLO Quiz. Now, it's a good time to talk about what is this SLO Quiz because it's currently scheduled for Monday and Tuesday, November 19th and 20th. I see I have a error here, something about April, but of course that can't be right. So you know that it's these dates that I've repeated twice here, November 19th and 20th. Well, I say it's those dates, but I'm going to give you a little bit of a choice. Okay, what is the SLO exam? Let's talk about that, and then I'll tell you about your decisions. In the beginning of the semester, when we went over the syllabus, we talked about these course, let me make this big so you can see it, these course objectives. And we said no matter who teaches this leadership course, there are a couple things that it's very important that each student learn. These 5 objectives describe those things that all students must learn. In fact, oftentimes we refer to these, instead of as the course objectives, as the student learning objectives. In other words, the SLO, student learning objectives. So how do we make sure that each student masters these 5 concepts? Well, we have a quiz to assess that. Now, how does this quiz, I'm going to scroll through the syllabus here and you can follow along with me. I'm going down to page 5. Well, you know that you've taken several PAWS quizzes throughout, but even in this particular area, I talk about the SLO quiz. And it says one more note on your quizzes. You can earn a quiz drop grade if and only if you complete the SLO exam at the end of the semester. If you do not complete this quiz, you will not receive a drop grade. But more importantly, the SLO quiz is required, or maybe I should say equally important. The SLO quiz is required. The SLO quiz is a 15-question multiple choice quiz. And as you look down here, and it counts 15 points, a little bit more than any of your other quizzes. But the thing is, this 15 points is required and it's not going to be dropped no matter what. But if you take the SLO quiz, first of all, you're going to be earning some required points, right? So you want to do well on the quiz. But also, for completing this quiz, I will give you a drop grade from one of these other unit quizzes. Okay? So, SLO quiz, kind of important. Now, what about this SLO quiz? Well, if we kept on looking, and I'll save you the scrolling, let me go to the point. Okay, here it is at the bottom of page 7. SLO quiz. As noted above, this quiz is mandatory and is given at the very end of the semester. It's required by the college for our class. Although you will have the opportunity to practice the quiz in PAWS, and that's what I want to talk to you about, the actual real thing is available in the My.Southwest system. And the My.Southwest one is the only one that counts. Okay, so let me come over here to PAWS, and you've probably already seen this, but under the quizzes link, Now, I expanded the title of this a little bit because I wanted to eliminate any confusion. This says SLO Practice Quiz, no points but a great study tool. Now look at this, you have unlimited attempts between now and the due date, but I want to talk to you about this due date. I do not want you to be taking the real SLO test if this test is still open. So notice I've got this currently open until November the 30th, but I have your real SLO quiz scheduled for November the 19th. Well, we can't have it both ways. So if we were to stick to this schedule, that taking the SLO quiz on Monday and Tuesday, the 19th and 20th, then I would change the setting in PAWS so that this study tool was no longer available as of the 18th. But you know, folks, I hate to change dates around on you, because if you looked at this and you saw November 30th, you might be making certain plans. So I kind of hate to change things around on you without getting your input on it just a little bit. So here's what I want to know. Notice that I have a quiz, and down here, this quiz, you only get one attempt, and it's for 0 points, because I just want to know what you would like to do. And you have from now till November 10th to tell me. I want to know which of these two options you would like. So I clicked on that. I'm clicking on Start Quiz, and I want you to tell me if you want option 1 for the SLO quiz or if you want option 2. And it just affects when we would take the actual, for real, SLO quiz. Am I being confusing? I hope not. Okay, so here's this survey question that you'll see. Question 1. As you know from the syllabus, the SLO exam is a standardized quiz required by the college. It's 15 questions, and all questions are multiple choice. Currently, our class is scheduled to take the online SLO exam between Monday the 19th and Tuesday the 20th. Let me be clear on that. It will take you only a few minutes to take this quiz. It's just that this is our window of availability. Now, what this means, if you think about the current calendar, here's the current calendar. Today's the 4th, and it means you could study for this during the upcoming week or during the next week, but I would end the study tool on the 18th, and then you would take it, the actual real thing, on the 19th or 20th, sometime on those 2 days. Okay. Okay, so it means you have 2 weeks to study. The quiz is 15 points, mandatory points. By taking the quiz, you earn a drop grade plus the points that you score on the quiz. The question is, do you need more time to study for the quiz, or will this allow for enough time? The majority will rule. Each student gets one and only one vote. Your choices are. Now, you can go ahead and keep things the way they are. I think you can do it, but I don't want to influence you. I'm going to allow you to make your choice, and I will cancel out my vote. I'm just going to show you how this works. So take the SLO exam as scheduled on Monday, November 11th through the 20th. The study quiz will then be terminated as of the 18th. Okay? Or you can delay the SLO exam until December. Okay, now I can put that SLO exam, the actual real McCoy, the real exam, off until the first week of December, and you can take it Monday Monday in December, the 12/3 through 12/4, right? Only one little problem with that. Now, if you look at our schedule, we're into your comprehensive final exam. We're into that very last little part there. So, now it doesn't mean you have all this work to do, because, you know, you could take the SLO exam, be done with it, and then take the comprehensive final. The real choice is, do you want to go ahead and get it done within the next, you know, at the end of the next 2 weeks, or do you want to put it off until December? Those are your choices, okay? I think you can do it, but I'm going to let you decide. So I'm going to, you know, I'm going to cancel my vote out. But this is how you're going to tell me your opinion. Each person gets one vote. I'm going to submit that, and this will be my one and only one attempt on this little survey here. Okay? Now, you don't earn any points. Notice it says, okay, thank you, got your vote, and you're done. So let me know your opinion. You have from now until that, that little survey expires. Let me show you where it is again. It was this one, but notice I've used up my one vote. Okay, so make sure you tell me which way you want to go. But in the meantime, you still need to get to studying. So how do you study? You come up here to the SLO Practice Quiz. You may have already explored this. It's no points to study, but it's a great study tool. 15 questions, 15 points. You know, these points might be important to you. You definitely want to take the quiz because that's how you're going to earn that drop grade. Okay, now if you've not investigated this yet, what you're going to do is read the questions. I'm trying to select any old answer. You know how to do this. I'm not even reading the questions. These questions come from a pool of questions. The more times you take the study quiz, the more likely you will be to see the actual SLO questions. Right now, you could go through, you'll see that this is 15, or is it 10? Okay, you're taking 10 questions. But the real thing is actually 15 questions. So I encourage you to take this as many times as possible so that you're familiar with all these questions. Now, when you finish, I'm going to save all responses, and I'm going to submit the quiz. Submit quiz. And you'll read through this, but I'm just kind of trying to go quickly here. What I want you to see is the results. Now look at this first one. I didn't even read the question. But you'll notice that by the points, it indicates that I've gotten this question correct. Now you, of course, know in reality you're not earning any points because there's no points for the studying. But it lets me know that for this question, this is the correct answer. So that's great. Now as I move on to this next one, I see that I got this question wrong. So I don't tell you the correct answer. I'm not going to tell you the right answer. But you do know now that this answer is wrong. So maybe you pick another answer the next time you go, or you use your book. You know, that's a good thing to do. Use your book to look this up. Here again, I got this one wrong. I know this answer is incorrect, but I could use my textbook to try to find the right answer. So this is a study tool that will help you prepare. See, here's another one I got right. So I know now the correct answer for this one, and I feel good about it. So you use this as a study tool between now and when we take the test. When are we going to take the test? Well, you decide, because you have one vote to tell me. You need to vote between now and the due date. Talk to whoever you want to talk to. Right now, you'll notice I can go back in and I can take this practice quiz again, because that's a great way to study. Remember, these quizzes are timed, so you need to finish even the study quiz, but especially the real thing closer to the due date. Okay, so I hope this doesn't cause any confusion. I really wanted to give you more study time, and this study tool opened November the 1st, and I'm about a week behind explaining this to you. It kind of got away from me, so I just want to make sure that you feel that you have some time to prepare. I tell you truthfully, folks, the real thing, like I said, 15 multiple choice questions. I think if you set aside some time to prepare with this practice quiz, I think that you'll be fine. So go ahead and vote. Let me know. And I'll let you know the results just as soon as either everybody votes or as soon as the due date passes, whichever comes first. Okay? So I'll be talking to you soon, and I'm going to go through your Dropbox assignments. You know you have some things that you submitted that are due, and so I'm going to grade those, and I'll be getting back with you on that soon. We're at the end of the semester. I want you to give yourself a pat on the back for all this hard work that you've done. If you've submitted something for each one of the required movies, and you've been completing each one of the quizzes and doing them on time and doing multiple attempts to immerse yourself in the material, then I know you have studied leadership and you have immersed yourself into these concepts. This is a great course, and I hope that you've enjoyed it. We have just a little bit further to go, and then we'll be at the end. But stay focused because you want to do well in these final weeks, okay? Especially as we get into Exam 2 and the comprehensive final. Thanks, folks. Keep your spirits high.